Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Let's get some hellos in, huh? So let me get back up here to the top. Banquet of Consequences. Made it early, as did Gizmo. Good evening to you guys. We were chatty Cathy a little bit tonight. That's good. Beth Emily says that you were productive in your own distinctive way, because I was telling them that I had a super productive week, but you not so much.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you were productive this week?
Yes.
Okay. We'll get into it.
I do. I do think I was productive in
Cool.
my own way.
Farm Ranch Homestead, good evening to you. Hey, Janine. Yeah, Janine. Me and B were trying to figure out how to pronounce that. What's the correct way? And so apparently it's French, and so we did a little of that. But I would call it Jeannie. But anyway.
The internet says Jean.
Yeah. Anyway, we had some fun with that today. One step closer. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Vicky Poland. Hello. How's Texas? Gainesville. Hope all is well with you. Think about you often. The famous Eagle Lover Texas is in the house. Good evening to you. Let's get down here a little bit here. Sharpshooter. Welcome, my friend. Sharpshooter's a good guy. Let me see here. Man, I'm just scrolling. City Greens, good evening to you. Hey, the famous Silver Linings in the house. B was talking about you. We shot a bunch of video today of the stuff she's doing to get ready for the spring. And she mentioned you several times about if Silver Lining was here, fill in the blank. Jules, good evening to you. Johnny, welcome to the house. The beautiful Louise Wesley is in the house. Good evening to you as well. Dave and Sonia in Michigan. That's a good YouTube channel. Got a really cool trailer and some really cool racking. You guys should check it out.
They have all kinds of cool stuff.
Yep. Gypsy, how are you, my friend? Long time no see, huh? Mossy Oak Parrots in the house. Todd, but not Todd, is in the house. Carrie Davis, good evening to you. Dana Green. Indiana Mike, ahoy. Glenn, good evening to you as well. Half Bubble Up. Oh, man, I missed it. The greatest name on the internet.
Half Bubble Up
is in the house. David, good evening to you. Lisa, hello. Gregory, hello. Let's keep it going here. Bonnie, welcome back. Jane as well, welcome back. Dragonfly Ryan. Yeah, he says, I'm so excited. The first time catching a live in like 4 months. Yeah, it's just kind of been busy, hasn't it? Tom, good evening to you. Life with Mike and Jen. Well, Jen says, nope, not productive this week. Sat on my bum and watched all the compost churn itself and the seeds jump into the trays. Sounds like what B does a lot.
Yep.
Right, Cheryl, good evening to you.
Congratulations.
Yep, RN, welcome back. Chris White, hello. I hope you're driving safely. JB, good evening. What's up, ACM Homestead? Dorothy Holloway. I think I'm caught up. Pretty cool. Oh, Unique Prepping. Hey, I'm going to talk about you a little bit tonight. Tag and B says, by the way, Tag, I came out with a new countdown, intro and outro last night, and you're in my countdown and intro. Oh, cool. I'll have to go check it out. Super cool. Yeah, I used your logo in for the live tonight because I just think it's super cool, but we'll get there.
Hope you're okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Mandy Garrett, how are you, my friend? Rhonda, how are you?
I think you're supposed to ask for permission first.
It's all good. Me and Zach, we're tight that way. He uses my stuff, I use his stuff. It's just how it works. Oh, yeah, you believe all that? Yep, I said hello to Lisa. Stan, good evening to you. Okay, so what do you want to talk about tonight, Miss B?
Well, we went to breakfast this morning.
We did go to breakfast this morning. Why did we go to breakfast this morning?
We have a community member in town.
Yep.
And it was his birthday.
Yep.
And we had another birthday, a community member. Right?
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Check this out real quick. We'll get back to that. So she says the name is French and pronounced Zon. There's no way that's right. I must have missed something along the way. Midwest Ribeye, good evening to you.
Now we're more confused.
Yeah, great. Thanks. MJ from Wisconsin, how are you, my friend? Yep, see, look, right there. Unique says, I'm totally okay with you using anything of mine. So see, there you go. Barbara, good evening to you. So, yeah, so we went and had breakfast. 20 people? How many people were there? 15?
I don't know. There were more than I had RSVP'd for. I only RSVP'd for 7.
Yeah.
So
She had mentioned what happened to 7.
Did she?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were people who were, I'm like, oh, yeah. Oops.
Yeah. So,
that's okay. She loved it.
like Jean.
Jean.
Left feet. I don't understand.
Lafayette.
Okay, here we go. Vicky, the smart lady's in the house, says pronounced like Sean that starts with a J. Jean? So Jean. Jean? Anyway. She's got to be sitting back laughing at us. I'd be laughing at it. Anyway, so we had breakfast. It was super cool. Got to have the best bacon and the best hash browns in the country this morning. But more importantly, we got to hang out with the community and chit chat and catch up on everything that's going on, because you know that everybody's super busy.
And everybody has different things going on. I think I found another helper for the garden.
Let's talk about that. Aljo, good evening.
Did we freeze or went quiet?
Did it? I don't know.
Both of us were quiet.
Yeah. No, that's a first.
That you're quiet?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got
I don't know.
helpers.
You were talking about that. We were talking about breakfast and birthdays and hanging out.
And then you said that you found a helper. You found some helpers. And I said, talk about it. Yes. And then you went silly.
Yeah. MMR said, hey, I'd like to maybe help if you want help. And I said, yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I would love help. So got to get with
Louise.
The ladies.
Yep.
To see what they want to plant, and in the proper rotation schedule, start trying to plan where everything goes and what we have room for, and then what we can areas that are don't have a plan for, we need to find a plan for, because if we don't put something there, the earth will grow something there.
Nature certainly will, right?
Not necessarily what I want it to be. Mm-hmm. So,
well, the gardens are totally cleaned out. They're ready to go. She'll be putting potatoes in any day now, right?
Potatoes, yeah.
We'll go in, but that's still a little bit early. But
seeds down already.
Yeah.
I still need to get to the garlic and just kind of spread that out a little bit, but I have not done that. There's quite a few things that are growing that are coming up already. So I'm still so concerned about having a frost yet, because it's still February. And even though I'm like, there's a day next week that's almost going to be 80.
Yeah.
So it's real hard to not get out there and just start putting a bunch of stuff in the ground when I just know that.
Yeah, but
we're going to
potatoes will be fine. A lot of those will be fine.
Well, yes, there's a lot of things that will be fine, but there's a lot of things that won't be. So it's hard to resist.
Once that closer says, don't forget your companion herbs.
Yes.
Yep. Kelly, welcome. Let me see here. JB says, Tag, I can't believe it's dry enough for you to plant. It is too wet here. Yeah, it's plenty dry here. We could actually use some rain.
We could use some rain.
Yeah, for sure.
Could use it.
Yeah. What's my soil down here? So we have topsoil, obviously, a pretty good topsoil, but it's shallow in a lot of places. So, some parts of my land have 2 feet of topsoil, but most of it's going to have about 8 inches, and then we deal with the clay. And so we work hard on, continue to just build that
topsoil.
Yeah. Back to square one on the shelving. Lost 16 quarts of Sloppy Joe due to 2 pegs coming out that support the shelf. Oh my gosh, talk about a mess. Could you imagine canned Sloppy Joe mess hitting the floor?
I wouldn't want to be cleaning that up.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Which is why you build shelves the way you build them.
My shelves don't fall, do they?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Even though I think that it takes more, like it's like extra wood, double the wood.
Yes.
Because you're doubling the woods on the sides.
Yes. But they're not going to fall.
Not unless.
Oh no! And he says tile floor at that.
Oh, did it break the tiles?
Yeah, be wearing boots because she's working around Tag. We actually haven't had a lot of chance to work together lately, have we?
Not really.
Bee's been kind of doing her own thing.
Yeah.
But All right, cool. What
yeah.
else? What?
Yeah.
I don't know what
I've
you've
been doing my own thing.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
yes. I've been doing your thing.
No, we all have roles. What she's talking about is I have an elderly mom who needs lots of help.
I've been cleaning houses and toilets and vacuuming and putting toilet risers on and then taking toilet risers off and then getting different toilet risers and then taking that one off. I've been there 5 days.
It's good for you. We're not getting anything done around here.
Yes. I have been busy.
All right. Well,
but I think that I think that we've got it manageable for a little bit.
Yeah. So I guess I'll get busy. How does that sound?
Yes.
Okay. So as you guys know, we've been working on trying to get the community building squared away. We got most of the dirt work done. Not all of it, most of it. We moved a ton of dirt because where I want to put it, there's a big slope to a hill, and I'm going to cut that hill away so that building sits back up against that dirt. And that'll be good for a lot of things, as we mentioned earlier. It'll help me heat it. It will help me cool it. It'll help things not freeze.
Freezing.
So it'll do all of that kind of stuff. And we talked about at the last live, I showed you guys just kind of a quick blueprint, and then we talked about how to change it. Some of the suggestions were to put the bathrooms in the back corners and some of those and move the kitchen to the south wall. So anyway, I thought I would show you guys kind of where I'm at.
What he's come up with.
What I've come up with. Beth Emily says, I just knew B has been busy. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to heaven, B. Yeah. Am I using the new excavator? No, I'm not using the new excavator. Even though we got it running, I'm still waiting on the drive axles. And problem is everybody's just been busy, so we haven't had a chance.
Do you really need drive axles?
Well, if you want it to go anywhere. Now, if you just want
it just won't go.
I ain't gonna go anywhere until I get them fixed. Yep. Dragonfly Ryan says, B, I've been doing the same thing for the father-in-law lately. The day we moved here, he had a stroke. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. He is getting close to being back to normal. Amen to that. So anyway, so I thought I'd show you. After we talked last, I decided that we would go and look at building it. Now, this is just where it starts. I kind of wanted to show you guys the process that I go through. So it just starts with a piece of graph paper. Each square is 2 foot by 2 foot. And we thought, okay, so if we put the kitchen on the back wall, the bathrooms in the corners, what would that look like? Then I take that, and that's what I come up with.
And then you use what? Google SketchUp?
Yep, I use SketchUp. And so I know it's hard for you guys to
see it,
to understand the size and all that. But for example, that kitchen's 30 feet long, just the kitchen part. The building's 30 by 60 with 2 bathrooms and a utility room and a bunch of tables. This layout here, we should be able to seat about 80 people in there. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hey, All-America Prepper, what's up, my friend? Yeah, Johnny wants to know, is the girl tractor helping in the excavation? Not yet. We'll get to that, though.
I was told that they don't dig.
They're not great diggers. No, they're not.
So I don't want your help.
Yeah, I thought I'd just show you guys a couple things. So see if I got a couple of slides here that look at it from kind of at a different angle. So there's bathrooms on both corners. There's a pantry that comes off the kitchen. Lots of countertops. This island, I think I'm going to make movable. A buddy of mine had made a comment to me when we were talking about it, make it movable so you could use it for a stage. You could use that area if you wanted to. So we'll have to work on that a little bit. Again, from the backside, that middle room where you see those 3 little blue things, I need a utility room. And the reason why I need a utility room is so I need to bring in all the solar. I need to bring in the water to the pumps, to the filters, to the pressure tanks. And so I need a room that allows me to bring infrastructure in. And so that room, I just put a few things in there, but that's what that room would really be, is for that. I plan on putting 2 showers, 2 toilets, 2 sinks.
Do you need all that room for that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Like how big is that room? That's like
10 by 10.
And you need a 10 by 10 room for all of that?
Yeah, when it's all done, I will. Yes.
Will there be any wall space or anything?
Yeah. Let me, I'm actually going to share with you guys. Let me see here. My actual program that I use to build it. If any of you guys who don't have never been on Google SketchUp, this is a fabulous program. See, and you can, turn it and move it. And there's just so many great things you can do with this program. So I built it all in there. It's you can still download this program for free. That's what I do. And so basically that big blue round thing back there will be like your pressure tank and all of that stuff. But so what we're going to have to do is figure out just how to get it all in. Now there's going to be a big cistern back behind this wall buried under the ground. And that's where the water will come in at. But I need a place for the solar, the water, the pumps, the filters, right? All of those kind of things. And once I get it in the building, it's fine. I can pretty much run it, anywhere else I want it. But for those of you guys who like to doodle, I would really encourage you to learn how to use Google SketchUp. I've got a buddy of mine who's in here tonight, Indiana Mike, who has now become a pro at it and surpassed the original master. He's now the pro, but I can do enough of it that
that allows me to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. It allows me to say, okay.
This allows me to go, why is there such a big closet in the bathroom? Can we make the closet accessible from the kitchen? And that way we have a pantry in the kitchen.
Yeah. And so I did. So like, if you look,
let me see.
So look, there's a little doorway that would walk into a pantry.
And how big is the pantry did I end up with?
10 by 6.
Okay.
But what I want to show you guys about, I'll just give you a little demo real quick. So I left the walls down because obviously I wanted you guys to be able to see it tonight. But if you look, see, like I can raise these walls, right? I can take these and go, into any height that I want to go to it. Except for some reason that one ain't going up. But see, I can bring them up. I could bring it to that level if I wanted to, right? I mean, so I can, make it actually, as the time wears on, I'll actually go through and put the windows in and all of those kind of things. But anyway, I just want to show you guys this program because I think it's really cool. And again, it helps us, go through and design these, these kind of things.
So technically there's not going to be any windows on that back.
On the south wall, no, because it'll be mostly underground, But
wouldn't that be where the light would mainly come in? The south wall?
Well, that's where the sun is, but you're going to get light in from everywhere. But because I'm going to put it in the ground, babe, and I need to be able to put the solar up there, I need to be able to collect rainwater. And I might get you a few windows. We'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, Jen, it's a super easy program to work with. Super easy. Let's see. Tag and B, I got 16 quarts of soil this week from Miss Jules. Oh, how cool is that? I'll use it for the little plants. Then I'll use compost for potatoes and more. How cool is that? You should share the kitchen wall and bath wall for the wet wall. The problem is I need to get 2 bathrooms in and a utility room, and I've got to bring the main water into that utility room, and from there I can send it anywhere I want to. But we're still playing with it. Not 100% sure this is the final, but we're getting there. Kelly Ireland says I need to learn Google SketchUp. Yeah, it's a really cool program. Mario needs that. Now we just have to learn how to turn on a computer. Yeah. RN says, Tag, what would that building be used for? So this is a community building. This is a place for us to hang out and
have
eat
meals
and learn, and classes and church and school and all kinds of things. And we've already,
there was a request for a wedding coming up here.
Yep.
If we can get it done.
If we can get it done in time. Yep. So it could be all of those things. And like I said, we've already broke ground. I got a video coming up pretty soon that, has a lot of the footage of us digging the hole for
what
it.
It looked like before you started.
Before and after. Yeah.
Did you get a picture of the ditch before you started?
I don't know if I've done any footage. You did though.
I don't know about down in the ditch. I don't know. That's so we have how deep is that? Where the water has come through, there's a natural waterway that formed a ditch. It's probably 10 feet deep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're gonna put a road right over the top of it.
And he's decided to build a dam in the center of it and put a pipe in it and just allow water to collect there and then have a spillage.
Yeah. And the reason for this is because I want, when we open the community building up to the community, I want them to use that driveway, not my driveway to my house, so that my house is still kind of off to the side. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it ought to be pretty cool. See, back up here a little bit. Gregory said, I use AutoCAD 3D. I know a lot of people use that. I never have, but.
Is it the same kind of program where you can build?
Similar, yeah. I use
scale?
Sudrio because I was being cheap and didn't want to pay for any of the CAD at the movement. Might be worth an upgrade though. You know what? For me, SketchUp works pretty much good for everything because there's a
It's
lot
a free
of it.
version, isn't
Yeah,
it?
just free, and I'm going to wing it a lot of the way anyway. But Indiana Mike, who again is the master, said SketchUp School is free YouTube channel. That's where I would recommend learning from. I don't follow directions and I don't read directions. Mike, you know this.
Basically.
Hey, WA's back, by the way, and welcome back. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Mandy. It is nice, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to, being able to get the community building up and running and get it out there because, again, it just allows us to do so much more. And, hey, Mo Engineer, what's up? Hey, Mo's my good buddy. Him and I talk all the time about many, many things. I don't know if, Mo, if you were here long enough to go back and see the latest blueprint. Because one good thing about Mo is very good. There you go, Mo. That's the latest community building blueprint.
Yeah, he says, what about fire escapes?
Oh, yeah. Mo's good at that.
What about something else?
Yep. Let me get back to it. Okay. Okay, just joined. All right. Well, I'll text you, Mo, or send you the latest design, and you can help me pick it apart, which would be good. So we're super excited about a community building. It's going to open up a lot of things. And also with the Food Forest Academy stuff that I'm working on, I'm bringing that here. We will need a learning center as part of that. So, it ought to be pretty cool, I think.
It'll be used in so many different ways.
Yeah, so many ways. It is good times and great people. Mandy says, does anyone know of a good free tool for permaculture design? I do not, but I would love to know if somebody knows that. I don't know personally, Mandy, but somebody ought to know for sure, right? All right, so on from the community building. What's next? What's next on your list?
That's why I'm so excited about the food forest opportunity, because we get to a point where, okay, what are you working towards? Okay, we're working towards this. Okay, got that. Okay, what's next? We're working towards this. Okay, we got that.
Yep.
What are you working towards next? And then in the meantime, trying to put those processes of food that takes so many years to get to where it's actually producing something.
Yeah.
And then having a plan for it to work. Because I have just been like, oh, hey, these are on sale. Let's throw them in the ground. Oh, hey, these are on clearance. Let's throw them in the ground. And then you're like, why did you plant this here? And then we have a swell, and then there's a tree, like, I don't know, 4 feet from the swell. And I'm like, well, I can't drive in there. Am I going to come in there and weed eat through there? Like, to have a plan in the first place, I think is.
I'm trying to find a slide here.
Very, I think you save yourself time and energy in the process, because you're not digging up stuff that don't go where you don't want them now. Yeah.
The All-American Prepper said there was another balloon in the sky, and I had this in my slide deck. This is slide 27 from tonight. We had gotten there, and so he's talking about there's another balloon in the sky. They tracked it over Utah and Colorado. I think it's hilarious how the articles say it's harmless, not going to hurt anything. It's not a threat to national security, just like they said last time.
It's determined to not be a threat.
It's determined not to be a threat, just so everybody knows.
Did you read all that?
Yeah. It's, like I said, I had it in there, before, but.
Do you know where it's at? It's
Colorado and Utah's last I seen is where it said it was.
So it's headed this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't plant until it passes.
You think it's dropping stuff?
I think it's just collecting intelligence, be my guess, but who knows? Or it could really be just a Hayward weather balloon.
Again.
Yeah.
Were there 2 before or 3 before?
There's 3 before, and then there's this one they're reporting, but Banquet says, oops, I missed it right there. The Spry Baroon was bought on Amazon. Yeah, there you go, sharpshooter. That's what I'm talking about. Trust the experts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they did. There's no threat.
All American says last time he heard it was going to Central North America. Yep. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
I don't think you've got to love it.
What you got next?
Well, we talked about the video.
Yeah, so B shot a bunch of video today of all the prep of the gardens being ready and what's growing and what's coming up and
the community area,
a little bit, yeah.
Woods.
So I'll work on getting that video out. I was working on it just prior to the live tonight. Yep.
I got, so in the process of clearing the woods up so we can have better use of the space, found a bunch of what I believe to be blackberries. Got those dug up and transplanted, like, what was it? 340.
Yeah. So we got 340
plants,
berry plants planted around the outside of her 2 big gardens on the fence line.
And now I'm watering them.
Now you're watering them.
Yep.
Yeah. How lovely.
For a little bit until they kind of get established.
Yep. Hey, Jess and Joe are here from American Roots, and probably Marsha and Marshall, or maybe all 4 of them. Don't know, but they're in the house. Experts built the Titanic. Yes, it did. Right. Yep. RN said and all the cell phone outages. Yep. We're going to talk about that tonight too.
Oh, haven't heard about that.
Yep. 100,000 plus of Chinese men that have come in recently are probably just looking for their lost balloon, like Winnie the Pooh did in his lost balloon. I agree.
Have you heard anything about Chinese coming across the border? What is that?
Oh, yeah. There's lots of Chinese coming across the border, babe. They've been catching all kinds of military age men. That is true. Farm Ranch Homestead says, Life Done Free, my live stream was just interrupted on an ad on my end. Yeah, so YouTube changed some things, so they decide where to place them. I have no control over what they do there. I can't stop it. The only choice that I have is I could turn it all off. But if I turn it all off, then what that means is they won't push the video at all. And what it also means is that they turn the monetization part off, although there's really no money in it. But that's really my only choice, is to just say, don't do it at all. So I don't know what to do with it. Who knows? American Roots says they're all here. Cool. Rock on. Oh my God. I've had 4 interrupts so far. Yep. Anyone getting it? Just, it's so crazy that they do that. And guys, again, I wish I could do something about it. I can't change it. I may just turn it off. I don't know. But good gravy. Awesome on the berry plants. Yeah. Well, and the good news is this year they'll be nice. There'll be lots of berries, but next year is where we'll really see it.
They are full on thorns too. Yeah. So they are no joke.
Yeah. Well, we wanted the thorns.
They were volunteer here on the earth.
Right. They're natural.
I'm like, hey, let's just put these somewhere we can use them instead of right here in the cow pasture where they're just going to get, they'd probably dink with them, but.
Yeah. I think it's awesome that she could find 340 blackberry plants and raspberry plants out in the woods.
Watch them be all different something.
Yeah, probably, but.
That was what I was supposed to plant. Yep. That was what was there and given to me. So
it is a nice edible hedge, and it's a thorn hedge, which is really important because it'll help keep the critters out.
I'm hoping.
Yep.
So now I will be watering those every couple of days here for a few until I can maybe get some mulch on there, and then that will help to keep them moist.
Yeah. Moist. Cutting the spent canes is going to be fun for somebody, not for me.
Yeah. A lot of times they just break right off.
Yeah, they don't know if you're moving the plants or if you're just cutting them.
No, digging them up.
Or moving them.
Moving the the boughs of roots.
Yeah.
About every foot around the 3 sides of of both gardens.
Yeah.
So, and it is done.
American Roots says, I have a berry basket with tines to collect berries off a thorny bush. That might help when harvesting. You have to show it to us. Show it to us, Jess, next time we see you.
Yeah.
Because
that'd be kind of cool. I've not seen one of those.
Yeah, they say that's a lot of raspberries. WA says prune the ends that don't produce fruit. Yeah, we will. Like I said, we just moved them all now. We have huge bushes out here that just grow naturally, but we wanted to create, again, a barrier to help keep the predators out, but also to take advantage of the berries. So now up in her garden, she has a big mulberry tree right in the middle of the one big garden we get lots of berries off of. And now she's got berries completely surrounding both gardens.
Now, that dirt was not originally there when we bought the property. You moved that dirt there, correct?
Yes.
Because it's the dam now. That's the
Yes.
dam of that little pond.
That's correct. I moved that dirt there.
And you put it there.
That's
so
correct.
where did that dirt come from?
Out of the pond.
Initially. Oh, it came from
That's
there?
the hole. I had to dig the hole.
I know, but I thought you moved it
No.
from somewhere else,
No.
like up by the gardens now, or
I did it. That's the dirt that came out of the pond.
then it would have been like low. Because if you're pulling it from the bottom, you're grabbing what's fresh on the bottom, putting on top.
If you didn't notice when you disturb soil like that, just like in your big pond, you disturbed it and look at all the mullein that came.
Yeah, that mullein, I don't remember being there last time.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what mullein was then.
Yeah, well, you do now, don't you?
And now
it's everywhere.
Oh, you're going to be so mad because there are some big, beautiful sections over there that I'm hoping to keep, which means no mowing them.
Well,
which means they grow tall and they get.
Okay, so you guys heard it here. If you don't want me to mow it, mow it.
I can't. That's the thing. You can't mow it. You have to let that grow big.
What you're missing my point. What I'm saying is, if you don't want me mowing over there, then have it mowed. You mow it.
I don't want it mowed.
I'm talking about everything else. If I go over there, I am not stopping for those 20 million mullein plants.
There's 20 million plants over there.
Yeah. Mandy said, I trimmed my thornless blackberries today and got about 2.5 mineral tubs of cuttings ready to plant along a barbed wire fence. How good is that? Yep. Mullein is awesome stuff. Let me see here. Susie uses rose pruning gloves to pick raspberries.
Rose pruning gloves. I have a pair of those I got from my dad.
Can the girl tractor even mow? It can mow.
Well, I don't have a mower for it yet.
Midwest Ribeye says the chickens love mullein leaves. I did not know that. Mullein is a biennial. Knock off the flower stalks before it goes to seed and you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, it already went to seed.
Yeah, we got pigweed and Carolina nettle from all of the ground disturbance. Hateful stuff, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so on those mullein...
Hey, Hippocrates, welcome, by the way.
On those mullein tops, can't I just cut those and if they're full of seeds, like sprinkle them
everywhere? Johnny says mullein makes great toilet paper in a pinch. Nice and soft.
Apparently fodder too, because if you can feed it to the chickens, then you can make salve and.
You guys want to see the new addition to the farm? Should I show it to them?
The new puppies?
No, you're kind of a puppy. Look at that. So there is Miss B in her brand new tractor.
My bobcat. At first I was like, well, who's that guy? What are you showing us?
No, that's B getting the tutorial on how to drive her tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Midwest Ribeye says, B, I have spread seeds like that.
I was playing with the buttons.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That guy in the picture, that's the sales guy.
Yeah, he was going over some things with me.
Just how it all works and all that.
Yeah. My double brakes.
He thinks B's tractor sexy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a looker. Faux show.
Yeah. Thank you, one more rock. Yeah, if you use it for TP, rub the two leaves together to get the fuzz off.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow, B, that's so awesome. How many horsepower is your new tractor? Did you name it Bob?
No.
Well, let's see how much she knows about her new tractor. How much horsepower is it?
55.
55. That's correct. Yep. Yep. Nice and closed cab. Yeah. So out here at the farm, B's UTV is enclosed cab with heat and air. Mine is not. B's tractor is enclosed cab with heat and air. My skid loader is not.
It has a door. You choose to take it off and leave it off.
The air conditioner don't work. It's old.
It had an air conditioner. You guys like bonked it off.
It has never.
That's why
I've never had an air conditioner.
There was a box on top that you said was the air conditioner. Wasn't that the heat and air?
Yes.
And then it was hanging off the back.
And we took it off.
And then somebody took it off.
But
so
it never works.
That's why this is mine.
Yeah. Okay.
So nobody can bonk it off.
LJC is in the house. Good evening to you, my friend. Got to have breakfast with your hubby today. All right. berry picker, 1, 2, 4 pack berry pickers and rake with metallic comb and ergonomic handle for easy berry picking. Got it. Yeah, so PTO horsepower is 48. That's why it's important for people to join the channel, so we do not have to deal with these ads. Yeah, what a mess.
Oh, so how do you have to join the channel to not have ads?
Go fast, you can have air conditioning. Yeah, I'm not sure how all that works. I mean, really my only option is just to turn it all off and say, that's fine. We just, we'll turn monetization off and all of that, but I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is, but that's pretty much my option. 220 AC, 2 doors off, going 20 miles an hour. Get it? 220? 2 doors off, going 20 miles an hour?
Yes.
Yeah, Mandy, I don't know why you're getting ads. Like I said, I have no control over it. I wish they would not do it, but they do it. So,
well, it's because they're trying to sell something.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, there's people on there.
I don't know. Yep, I have no idea. I don't know why they do it. I wish they wouldn't do it, but
I wonder if it stops what you're talking about while the ad is going on, or if it continues to talk and they come in with.
I don't know.
The back
I don't see them on my end. So,
yeah.
Farm Ranch Homes says I think you have to subscribe to YouTube Premium in order to avoid the ads.
For us to.
No, they have to. The person watching has to. Yeah, ads, YouTube versus YouTube Premium. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, love it. And she's your color too. Yeah, I promise you I'll get some bee stickers for it. Like on our Kubota, I put, what's your sticker say?
Super bee.
Super bee. That's right.
Yeah. And I got new tractor on my list was next too. Look at that. Right on schedule.
Right on schedule. They said the live stream was paused while the ad was played. I'm sorry, guys. Me and Bea will talk about it. Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't pay anything anyway. Last year I made $2,600 all year.
No.
Yeah. Yes. Pretty sure. Let's find out.
2,600
total. Yeah. What do you think?
I thought it was like under 800.
No, I think it was like 2,600. Let's look here.
I
See
bet
if you guys are curious.
I bet we paid taxes on that.
I'll guarantee you that.
Speaking of taxes, I did get the trailer licensed, and they do not have forever license. You have to license them every year. It was only $50, but they want it every year. But I got it, so it's legal.
Yep. Let me see here. What equipment are you going to use with the new tractor? Well, I think the problem is use the buckets, the pallet forks, and the grapple, right?
Yeah, like a finish mower.
Yeah. Yeah. Vicky says don't turn your monetization off.
A grapple.
I'm going to show you guys.
The bucket. Yeah, forks. Move a hay bale or two.
Let's see here.
The grapple's the biggest thing.
You were right. You were right, B.
Yeah, I thought it was under $800.
All right, you guys, check us out.
Because it didn't even pay for the camera.
And you guys are curious about getting into YouTube and what it's, what it does for you and what it's worth. I'm going to show you. Let's see here.
Oh, you're going to share your screen.
I am.
That means like you're not lying.
Okay. So this is my channel analytics, and this is the last 365 days. So 1 year, I've made $740.95.
Yes.
Well, and I've spent more than that in camera equipment.
Yeah.
Anyway, in case you guys are interested, that's how it works.
Yep. And we're down in subscribers.
No, we're not.
It says right there, a down arrow. What does that mean?
It means that over the last 365 days, we gained less than the 365 days, the other period, but it's still up 1.6 thousand. But ads during live streams last year, YouTube was making less money, so they add the ads. Ugh. Let me see here. You was excited when I got my antique tag. Yeah, we thought maybe there was a shot, but who knows, right? Anyway. All right, babe, what else you got?
Well, we thank you all for being here.
Yeah, we thank you. Yep.
And I'm looking forward to my tractor.
Yeah, I know B is absolutely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And
we can't get it yet because he's added some items to it.
Yeah. So I had him add the front hydraulic lines so that she could use the grapple, because the first job that I'm going to have her do is,
thanks, honey.
I know, but listen, this is good. This would be good practice, is to drive around and pick up all those brush piles with the grapple, because we cleared all the woods and there's brush piles everywhere. And by the time she gets through all that, you'll be pretty comfortable with.
I don't want to scratch it up though.
Well, then don't scratch it up.
Then go slow.
Yeah, go slow. So anyway.
I was like, how come there's a low, neutral, medium, neutral, high? And then over here, there's a turtle, rabbit. And then isn't that the gas pedal? So he's like, yeah, you could put that in low, and you can crawl through the field if you want.
Karen says, then you say something that the thought police don't like and they unsubscribe people and make sure their channel doesn't come up when they search, so your income drops. Ask me, Mrs. Rain. I know.
Yeah.
Yep. I absolutely know. I've had lots of people email me, say, how did I get unsubscribed to your channel? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. It is what it is, right? Vicky says, but y'all started your channel. It will increase as your channel grows. That's right. And I'm fine with it anyway. Doesn't matter anyway, right?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Since the ad ran on my computer, the screen has been frozen, but I can hear everything just fine. The chat keeps working too. Oh my goodness. Try just leaving and then coming back in, maybe. Looks like B will have a long honey-do list. Yeah, I am. This is what I get out of the deal. Is this right here?
Oh man, I was a sucker.
Yeah.
Hey honey, you want a new tractor? I do.
Yeah.
Now here's a list of things to do.
Yep. Well, I think what's good is that it makes her less dependent upon me. If she needs to go get a bale of hay, you have the ability to get a bale of hay.
Or a scoop of mulch.
Or whatever it is. Yeah, you don't have to wait for me to get home.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete Squatchy. What's up, buddy?
Which has happened.
American Root says, my mom gets unsubscribed from me at least once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indiana Mike says, I would go for a rotary mower or brush hog instead of a finish mower. The finish mowers are more delicate and can't take the abuse of the rotary mower, can you? B and I was talking about that today. We'll see what the auctions have. I'm not going to pay
retail
new price for all that stuff. This tractor has the quick connect on the front, so she can already use all of the attachments for the skid steer. So
the stuff that you already own.
Yeah, I already have 10 or 12. I don't know how many, but a whole bunch of attachments. Yeah, implements. So yeah, a flail mower would be cool too. Ultimately, what I'd like to be able to do is quit paying people to hay my pasture and just do it for myself.
Will that pull our baler? Will that the 55 horsepower is strong enough to pull that Macy Ferguson?
That one. I just had to resubscribe to the channel. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I wish I could tell you.
Well, thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, you can set the channel up where people literally are members of the channel for a small monthly fee. But that's the thing. I don't want to charge nobody. I didn't do this for those reasons. What I was hoping is that through monetization, it would just keep up with my cost, because the cost to do the channel are things like cameras and those kind of things. But it's also, like I'm on StreamYard right now, and that's $10 a month. And then Wondershare, which is how I edit my videos, that's $9 a month. And then I wouldn't lose money doing it, which hasn't been there so far, but
yeah.
You see here, can the girl tractor at least pull a water tank to put out grass fires?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's 55 horsepower tractor, so it's pretty good size, but her Kubota's got a beautiful tank. That's actually what saved the day when that grass fire here happened, is she had that.
And it's 70-gallon tank on the back of that.
Yeah.
And at the well, I can fill it in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where on the water tank, the gravity fed, it takes over 9.
Yeah. Yeah. He says fee. Yeah, guys, here's the thing. Just say it one more time. I would not mind turning the monetization off necessarily. Only challenge is if I do that, they're also going to cut my reach, which means I'm not reaching as many people, which then defeats my whole entire goal. But
which was
to spread freedom and to go out there and fight and say, hey, we don't have to take it anymore. We can do something about it,
Well, to help people be creative in their options too, because a lot of people that we have come into contact with go, I've got these things in line. Now what?
Yeah.
And you're like, you're like, gosh, no brainer. Go for this. And they're like, oh.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to see a couple wedding pictures of B? I put a couple on here. I was going to do it last week. But
why would you do wedding pictures?
Because I think you're beautiful. Look at this. That's B on our wedding day. Pretty cool,
That was a few years ago.
huh? Yeah.
I look pregnant in that picture with the wind blowing my dress. I'm not.
That was on the beach in Kauai, Hawaii.
Yeah, and right after that, that wave came and just crashed right over that log.
Yeah. Hicksraw 54, good evening to you. Here's some other pictures. Look at these. This picture of Bee was funny to me because she's rendering lard, fat. She's grinding fat.
It is
and
fat.
Looks like she's licking her fingers. Yep. Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
And there's a suit and tie. That was a couple of years ago.
That was a couple of years ago.
Kayla's wedding.
Yeah. Farm Ranch Homestead says maybe we need to go tag a lot of other channels like we did to John Willis a while ago. Yeah, I think every time, if I remember when we're going through and I know somebody's got a channel, that's why I always say go subscribe, because at least it helps us combat it at least a little bit, even though it's hard. You guys don't know this about me, but when I get on my channel, when new subscribers come, which we get them all the time, if they have a channel and I recognize it, I always go subscribe.
Yeah.
Always, because I just think it's our way of supporting each other,
Yeah. Helping each other out.
I don't know what it really does for us, but something. All right, let me get on to what do you got? Let's skip to you. What do you got, Pumpkin?
Well, your mother said that we've got snow coming.
Yeah.
She keeps up with the weather for me so that I can.
That's why you go over there. You go over there to chit chat.
No, I do not, because I could do that on the phone. No, but she said that we have snow coming, and so she's like, "Hey, you need to get some wood brought in." I'm like, "Thank you. Thanks for the heads up," because I don't.
Well, I got your whole pile right at the back door.
Yeah, you do. That'll be easy pulling because it's right there on the ground.
Mm-hmm. How lucky are you?
I just have to remove the feathers that I left
there.
She
is so lucky. Not only did she get a brand new tractor, she gets to haul firewood.
Yep, by hand.
Do you feel lucky?
I am lucky.
Hey, Homestead Medical's on the house. What's up, Chuck?
It's opportunity meets preparedness.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, she said that we have snow coming. Mother-in-law was next on my list, which I already said. I've been helping and helping and helping, helping and helping and helping and helping.
Karen says that you go over to chit chat about me, and she doesn't want to be. You don't want to be overheard.
No, I should have brought that card up. Your mom sent me the nicest card that was like, "Thank you for all that you do." She sent it in the mail too. Thank you. I'm there every day, and she sends a card in the mail and says. Thank you for all that you do and putting up with my son. He is not easy. She did.
Oh, my goodness. There you go.
She knows you.
Every time I do a community discussion, I try to tag every channel in my description. Amen. And I think the more we do that, the better.
Idea.
Yep, the more the better. Speaking of unique prepping, I wanted to show you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed in his logo right there, but I added it to the thing is he put his grid down hat on his logo.
No, he didn't.
How cool is that?
I was wearing that hat the other day.
Yeah. How cool is that?
We're matching.
Yeah. I think it was super, super cool. Like totally made me smile.
Yeah. I love it.
Super cool. Karen says, because we old people think it's nice to get it in the mail. Yeah. Yep.
It was nice. It was a surprise.
Let me see here. Is Kona Shadow Band? They do not want people to know how to be independent. All the stupid videos get pushed like cats and dogs and dumb stuff. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Amy B says, by the way, welcome, Amy B. Says snow coming to the Midwest tomorrow. I've been watching the weather and it just keeps decreasing. We're down to like a 20% chance now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see.
I wonder if it.
Squadron says, I just had a Brandon ad pop up. Let's go, Brandon.
Oh my gosh. I've seen some pretty creative Brandon stickers here lately.
Look at this. Monday, a high of 78. Tuesday, a low of 15.
Oh.
That's going to be a shock to the system.
How is that even possible?
Shock
That's what I'm talking about. So I've got to be careful with what I plant out there. And what I take away, because if something is growing and you have the debris on top and you pull that away, exposing the new growth, and then we have, what did he say, the low 15. Of 15? Mm-hmm. So do you know what the high is going to be?
I don't know. Why don't you ask the weatherman, Indiana Mike?
Yes, Mike. What was it? What will it be? How much snow are we going to get?
Yep, hard to tell, huh?
But it will ruin a lot of plants if you do that.
Yep. So next topic. So Squatchy today sent me a picture of something. You know, we've been talking about how to keep water from freezing, and this was someone that they had talked to. That they put these barrels down in these tires, and the tires are filled with straw. They said that it does freeze. The top does freeze, but it's usually only an inch or so, and it's very easy to break, even in the super cold weather. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried this, but I think we ought to try one and see.
Those are just blue barrels?
Just blue barrels down in a tire.
With hay or straw. What did he say?
Straw. I said there's straw in the tires, and then they fill it with water, but it makes it super, super easy to break. I don't have any idea. Let me see here.
You could probably spray foam the inside of them too.
Could, but I'd be worried about them flipping them over and eating any of it. Or, handwritten notes and letters feel like special antiques. Yeah, these days, huh?
Yeah.
Indiana Mike says weather app says no snow, so probably 2 feet. And that's how it is too. Gregory says they're going to get snow in central Nebraska. On freesteading, I posted a picture where I was wearing my hat and bee hoodie. If you want to see it, bee. Yeah, we'd love to see it. Yeah.
On freesteading?
Yeah. It looks like a great idea. Yeah, I think we should try it. And guys, I want to tell you, for those of you guys who send me stuff like this, I really appreciate it.
And they've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 standing there. So if it only freezes a few inches down, you could still axe it, and you could still have. Although our cows would never get to the bottom of those, so you might as well just cut them in half. They can only reach so far with their necks. They're little shorties.
I've been managing a litter of rabbit kits for 2 weeks and 10 to 15 degree nights. Ugh.
Yeah.
I like trying to put chicken water on top of compost pile for heating. I saw Billy Bond does it with his chickens.
Yeah, my compost pile is not in my chicken coop.
Yeah. Let me see here. Oh my goodness. Just in Time says nucleated ice particles that they spray 75 to 15 in 10.5.2 seconds. Laugh out loud. Ice particles that they spray 75 to 15 in 10.5.2 seconds. Laugh out loud. There you go, Pete. Yeah, this is who it came from. Was Pete sent it to me. Anyway, what I was saying was, you guys, I really appreciate when you guys send me this kind of stuff. One, it helps educate everybody, but I think this is a great idea and at least worthy of an effort.
Well, yeah, it's
right.
Material that we have.
Yeah, Karen says they even do those tires around here in west central Minnesota. Should work well for Kansas. Oh, cool.
Look at how bald those tires are.
Yeah. Speaking of rabbits, I hope B saw the little lambs. What do you have to say to that?
The little lambs?
Told you.
What?
Nothing.
Were there lambs that I was supposed to see?
Just Time says it wasn't supposed to make sense. Well, that's good because I am still confused just in time. Next topic, right?
Do we have lambs?
Had a local pick up eggs today. He may show up on the live. Oh, cool. I hope if he shows up on the live, he says hello. Yeah. Pete says I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
You have no idea why, do you?
No.
Okay, so here's the deal. So they sent me some pictures of a whole bunch of cute baby lambs that are going on. And I just replied that I'm not showing these to be.
And you didn't?
I didn't.
Yeah. Well, the neighbor has a couple over there. I don't think he would notice if any of them came out missing. Not that I'd steal any.
I think I'm going to star. Pete the Squatchy.
Jerk.
Yeah, the jerk comment has been starred.
Where is it at then? If it's starred, shouldn't it be like posted to the top? So
it's under the category starred.
Yeah, but nobody can see it unless they click it.
I wonder if I could pin it. No. There we go. How about that? For everybody to see. Is that better?
Are you going to leave it there?
Pete says, I said I could be there in 23 hours. We would love to have you, Squatchy. It would be a lot of fun. Right?
Yes.
All right. What else you got, babe?
Get rid of that. Got the tires replaced on the Kubota.
Yeah, that was a joke.
It was not a joke.
Okay.
You cannot just replace one tire.
We wouldn't have been replacing any tires if you would have done the maintenance on your things that you were supposed to.
It was going flat on an everyday basis.
Then take it off and have it repaired.
I did not have the opportunity to do that at the time.
How long has it been sitting there like that?
The winter.
So you had no opportunity any point in time during that?
Not through the winter.
You must have been really productive.
I was wondering, is it the same kind of situation on the trailer tires? Because you've let those go flat the entire winter, and they're still flat. So I've taken upon my problem and fixed it, but yet the trailer tire is still flat. So I was wondering if it's just Kubota tires like UTV, because those are smaller tires, if those are the tires that go bad.
Just Kubota tires.
In the winter, if you leave them flat, or is it also tires that you leave outside on trailers flat?
No.
So that tire will be fine.
Just Kubota tires. So you learn something.
I don't think that the tire actually said Kubota on it, though. So I was just wondering.
It's just Kubota.
I filled it up several times when you said, don't let those sit there like that. I went and I got the thing and I filled it up. Okay, it's filled. And then I'd go back out there and it would be dead again, dead, flat. So it was, I tried to fill it several times. But now I got 4 new tires and 3 spares.
Yep. Because the one that was
not
flat
fixable.
Was not fixable, yeah. Tips I learned from our garden club. You scratch your nails with soap bars before playing in the dirt. After done playing in the dirt, wash your hands and the dirt comes off clean from your nails.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't like anything underneath my nails, though.
I bought a tire changer from Harbor Freight and used it for the first time today to change tires on my mini truck. Did you like it? I thought about buying one many times. I just never have.
Tire changer?
Yeah, you can buy this little manual tire changer at Harbor Freight to get the tire off the rim.
Oh, geesh. That is not, apparently you can plug your own tire too. I'm like, why have we never done these things?
Time.
Why do we? It would be longer.
Well, I mean, you got to get the
tire. Take the tire off and take it into the town and leave it there all day.
I don't know if it would be. It probably wouldn't be longer than that, but it's still something I have to go do.
This is true.
Yeah. Squatchy says, I have the changer. It's a little cumbersome, but it does work. Cool. Super cool.
So it's just a convenience thing.
Yeah. Right now it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I pay to have done that I could do myself.
Right. Yeah.
What else you got?
We have a graduation party coming up.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yep. Well, what about you got into a trouble? Not really trouble. But you got into a gender misidentification issue this week. Did you not?
No.
You didn't misgender anything?
No.
You sure?
No. I didn't get into any fights.
No, not a fight, but you misgendered somebody.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
What are you talking about?
Talk about Lucy.
Oh, Loose Goose. Yeah, Lucy Goose is a boy.
Yeah.
And
so
I think
we have 2 geese.
I think Ryan might be a girl.
Ryan and Lucy. And Lucy humps Ryan.
Well, we think that's what they were doing. They could have been fighting.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think Lucy's a boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mo says I've changed tires with hand tools, just as fun as it sounds. Yeah. Yeah, so she's been misgendering things, just so you guys know.
Well, how are you supposed to know when they're just a little tiny babe and you're like, hey, you're picking out names and you're like, this is Lucy Goosey. And then Lucy Goosey. It makes sense now, though, because Lucy doesn't ever let you touch her, him, her, ever. And so makes sense that he's the meaner of the 2.
Gregory said I might be old-fashioned, but I use a bead breaker and tire irons. Yeah, you could do that. We used to do that in the Army, but I don't want to. It's 2024. We can be anything, apparently.
Well, see, that's why I think that he might be a boy, but I thought they were.
She's been misgendering.
I thought they were boy and girl, and then I thought they were boy and boy, and apparently now that one's a boy and girl. I don't know.
I guess Lucy needs to be changed to Luke.
Luke Goose.
Luke and Rita.
Well, Ryan can still be a girl or a boy.
Ryan can?
Yeah, I think so. And why can't Lucy can be a boy? Lucy can be a boy.
Like the boy named Sue.
Yeah. See, I thought that I don't know goose activity. So if there's two boys, would one still be like, hey, I'm the dominant boy? Or would it only be like, hey, I'm the dominant boy if there is a girl? I don't know.
Well, I think it depends on how long there's not a girl.
Well, their entire life.
Everything's attractive.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, clearly that one is not a girl, I think. Clearly.
Girls don't hump anything?
But the other two, I don't think so. I think a girl chicken will crow like a rooster, but I don't think it will ever.
There's a winner. Lucy is short for Lucifer.
And he is. I mean, he's kind of, the mean one of the bunch. So, Lucy.
Pete says we thought our cat was a Karen and bipolar, but he ended up a Carl, but he's still bipolar.
Carl. See, I mean, you can't really tell. I'm
Luke Goosewalker.
Goosewalker.
Kelly says, my sister has an African gray. They told her the only way to really tell their gender is to do a DNA test.
Okay.
For us, I think it was just that they're getting old enough now that they're humping each other. So.
Okay. Are they humping each other?
No, one's humping the other one.
Okay, so when I asked you, when you first said, hey, this is going on, I said which one was doing the which, and you were like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't get close enough to them. I was telling you they were humping. That's what I was telling you. Doing the off-road thing for years, plug kits come in super handy. Yeah, 3 plugs and a sidewall. I do have plug kits out there. And then fire to get it back on the bead. Yeah, I've seen people do that. I've never done that. No, I don't think Ryan can be a girl. I don't think Ryan can be a girl either. Ask Dragonfly Ryan.
Not that Ryan. It's a different kind of Ryan.
Hey, Dennis, welcome. Says the government might pay to have the sex of the goose changed.
Oh my gosh.
Might. Tag, you can identify as invisible, then you would be a trans parent with pronouns of who, where. Gizmo says I have a granddaughter, Ryan, so maybe, right?
See, yeah.
Dana says 2 commercials in less than 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
We'll
we'll think about what to do about it.
We're having too much fun.
Yeah. Well, I think it's silly that you got to watch through all that stuff, But
I don't watch anything without commercials, so I'm just used to it. Yeah. I mean, we went from regular TV that had commercials to YouTube that has commercials. Mm-hmm. Even Prime has commercials. So.
Oh, Todd, that's a good idea. Change Ryan to Riley.
That's TNT.
TNT. Oh yeah.
Todd, not Todd.
Yeah, TNT. Laugh out loud, you guys. I got to go feed the horses. Have a great week. We'll see you, my friend. Good luck. All right, so get on to some news. You guys want to talk about some news for the day?
Yes.
You want to?
Yes. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. Some interesting stuff that I was reading this week was that the typical U.S. household now needs $213 more a month in January to purchase the same amount of goods and services it did just 1 year ago, according to Moody's. 1 in 3 Americans have more credit card debt than in savings. And this has been true for both 2023 and 2024, according to the bank rate survey. Although inflation is cooling and the job market remains strong, Americans are still having difficulty keeping up with their credit card payments. At the end of 2023, Americans had over $1 trillion in credit card debt. What's interesting about this is I love how they do this. They say 1 in 3 Americans, but 1 in 3 Americans, 110 million people.
That is a lot of people.
And I'm sure they don't know all of them, so that's probably pretty underestimated. So I thought that was interesting. And I think I have another slide on that. Yeah, right here. So this was interesting too on credit card debt. So the average annual percentage rates or APRs on credit cards have hit a record high, according to a new study from Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So I won't read the whole thing, but basically what it was saying is 10 years ago, the average interest rate was 13%. And at the pandemic in 2020, it was 17%. And today, the average interest rate on a credit card is 23%.
I thought that was always in the 20s.
No, no. Let's see here. Where we at here? 92 people in the chat, but only 59 likes. Oh, thank you, Rick Prepper. We see the outages were caused by sun flares, according to Suspicious Observer Channel. Well, I've actually, Tom, have several different reports on this. I'm going to show this here in just a little bit, both sides of that. Rhonda said ads are 5 seconds. No worries. Name it Radar, like from MASH. He wore ladies' clothes.
Oh, Radar.
Yep. Dodd says, I have an explosive personality. That's never happened before. Not often. It's free, people. Quit complaining about a 5-second commercial. Yeah, I just hate that you guys have to go through it, but there ain't anything I can do about it. But 24 years credit card free and enjoying every moment. Good for you. Did everybody's Social Security go up that much? No, of course not. Of course not. They purposely keep that stuff low, right? Yeah, not Radar. Yeah, it was Klinger.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Radar was the guy, the radio guy.
If you don't carry a balance and pay them off every month, you don't have to pay interest. 100% true. The problem is that works great in the beginning, and you say, I'm going to do that, and then it gets harder and harder and harder to do, and people fall into that trap. Hey, Ghetto, what's up, my friend? All right, let's see what we got next going on here. So with all the credit card debt and all that stuff going on, this is from Phoenix Ammunition earlier. So the United States has now provided 7 Patriot missile systems to the Ukraine at a cost of $1.5 billion each, or $10.5 billion in total cost. Russia has reportedly destroyed 5 of these systems thus far at a total cost to the taxpayer of $7.5 billion. We could have paid for the entire southern border wall with money left to spare, just in the stuff they're sending over. How crazy is that? Crazy. But yet they're giving illegal immigrants thousands of dollars every month in free housing. Because everything is so expensive, including dog food, so many people are relinquishing their pets to shelters because less spendable income. How sad is that?
Ouch.
But it's true, though. Totally true. How sad is that? Tag, did you listen to that song I texted you this morning? I didn't yet, Ghetto. I was wrapped up all day long, but I will absolutely get to it.
Who was it? Do you know?
No, I didn't even open it, babe. I got it, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. What else we got here? Oh, yes. Let's talk about the cell phone stuff going on. So you guys heard that a lot of the cell phone services were down, right? And it did not affect just AT&T. It affected pretty much all the carriers. And at first, what they've been talking about is the sun launched those huge solar flares, blah, 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 blah. And this was an article talking about how there was 3 X-class solar flares and that it caused great harm. But typically, the way a solar flare works, and I know a little bit about this, is it's only going to affect a certain part of the planet that gets hit by them. But these were pretty spread across the United States, pretty much nationwide. So I think it makes it hard to believe that it would have got all of it. But at the same time, they say America's under attack. Major cyber assault paralyzes U.S. infrastructure. Major cyber assault. A catastrophic cyber attack has struck the heart of America, crippling major cellular carriers, disrupting healthcare services, and raising concerns about the nation's vulnerability to cyber threats. Finance expert John Williams analyzes the unfolding crisis, connecting the dots between recent events and the ominous warnings from security advisors.
Yeah, wasn't there a bunch of hospitals overseas that were offline?
Babe, we are being hit by cyber attacks every day. They're affecting everything. And this is the thing I really wanted to get through to people tonight was the threat of a cyber attack shutting us down is a very real threat. I mean, it is.
You mean with the internet just going black?
No, it's so much bigger than that, babe. It's not.
Well, that's what I'm asking. So what are you talking about?
Okay, so when the internet goes black, you'll no longer be able to get money out of a bank. Okay, for example, your ATM machines won't work. Your pumps at the gas station won't work. Right? I mean, everything that we depend on. Think about the things in
it's
our
related
society
to the internet.
that's related to electricity.
I was gonna say we had pumps before the internet.
Yes, but that was back in the analog age versus the digital ages of today. I mean, those cyber attacks. There was a report of a trash company that couldn't get trash picked up, and that because of those interferences. So what I'm saying is that it will affect every aspect of life. Every single thing that goes on in the world today, it will affect. Ghetto says Tom McDonald's new song, it describes our political views to a T. Excellent. Yep. Kelly says animals being dumped here as well. Yeah, so sad. Tag, you if you remember, I think it was Tennessee. AT&T was bombed with an RV a few years back. Seems too much of a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences anymore. Yeah. Hickshaw says Jesus said to watch for signs in the heavens, but government doesn't want you to know. Kelly, and Kelly would know this. No fuel, no nothing. If you can't pump fuel, there's no supplies coming. Right? We live in that just-in-time, delivery system. There's nobody coming to help. Masio Parrott says all factors are IoT tied now. Yeah, it's all digital. Nothing. I mean, it will not take much to shut it down. Right? There's a congressional candidate pushing for all of us to stop paying taxes because of all the frivolous spending the government is doing. Anthony Hudson. Yeah, there's some other interesting stuff that's going on along those lines. I didn't hear that one, although I'd like to read that. But about the only thing that will work is gravity. Yep. Change healthcare cyber attack is still going on. Insurance companies, doctor offices, pharmacies. Yep. So now you have no medications. You can't schedule doctor's appointments. You can't get any food. You can't get any water. You can't get any fuel.
And you can't communicate.
And you can't communicate. Sorry. Eagle Lover said AT&T on national news said it was a software update. Well, of course they did. Of course they did. But I'm going to tell you guys something. With all the stuff that's going on with Russia, China, all those places, for every one cybersecurity professional that we have working on this problem, China has 50. Well, it's the way it is, Hey, thanks for that link, by the way. Yep, won't be able to get groceries. The pumps were mechanical back then. They're not anymore. And even when they were electrical, it was still, analog, and it wasn't all connected digitally, right? All payments at cashier registers could be disabled. Most prescriptions are e-scripts, meaning that they have to go back to paper scripts if they have the pads on hands ordering and tracking packages. Yeah, remember that sheriff that came out last week that talked about the imminent? He said imminent cyber attacks. They're coming, right? We talked about this last week, and here we are this week, right? We got
with a freaking balloon over us,
right? Yep. The hospital I worked at had a phone system paralyzed because of spam dialers. Ended up having emergency FCC interdiction to shut them down. Guys, at my work and the companies, our phone systems were run by the internet. Yep, we have been spoiled. That ain't no doubt there. Yeah, that's another good one. Shut down our cars, buses, trains, and some tractors. Yep. Everything is monitored. Everything is monitored. Even you driving down the road is monitored. Even my truck that I drive is connected to the internet.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't use the internet in it, but it is connected through satellites. Right? No electricity, no banks, no groceries, no water, no power, no cooking, no AC, no heat, no TV, or no internet.
You better get that truck done.
Sissa should have an answer, right? Yep. Yeah, shut down so they could get the balloon cleared. Yep. Imagine GM and Ford virus that suddenly turns off every vehicle that has internet connection, which is most vehicles today. Yep. Yep. Everyone should take a basic survival class. Well, I think this is a really good topic to talk about. Is we have to take our own needs in our own hands. At the end of the day, they can't shut my power off because I chose to do something about it, right?
I don't know. Can they still?
No, they cannot. It's never been to the internet. So you could shut it down with an EMP or something, right? But you're not shutting it down, right, with a cyber attack. Same with my water, the water systems, have your own way to get water, have your own way to grow food. You went out working in the gardens a whole bunch, right? Yep. Take care of some of them needs yourself so that you don't have to be dependent on all those things, right? Let me see here. Bet people seeing how amateur radio could be cool. Yeah, that's another great thing. You know, I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable enough in it. Mo is a superstar in this particular topic. Could they get the repeaters that way? I know they couldn't get the individual radios, but could they get the repeaters? Yeah, Obama put out a movie telling us what they're up to. I would love to watch that movie, but I haven't been able to find it, and I'm refused to pay for TV service. So we just use the internet and watch Roku and stuff like that. I don't have Netflix, which is what that movie was on, but I can't wait when it comes out somewhere else where I can see it. Yeah, my vehicles don't connect to the internet. Yeah, and everyone should have one that doesn't. Yep. They don't want to tell us what is going on, not to cause great panic. Glenn says 72 hours. 72 hours till what? What's 72 hours? Drummond's Live, welcome, says if you have wireless security cameras, others are watching what you are watching, if it's connected to the internet, right? Because I have security. Well, I don't have anything wireless. All my stuff's hardwired, but it's never been on the internet. This is why preparing is so important. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? I love this. What a G. John's welcome. And I think this is a absolute beautiful statement. I could not have said it better myself. Ooh. The cloud is just someone else's computer. Wow. It's right, though.
That's true.
Totally 100% correct.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe the internet is a huge tool for the beast. They won't take it away from us. At this point in our history, no internet means no control for them. Good point there. I mean, you might be able to, you know, see the Kardashians, but will your credit cards work? Will your, right, we'll be able to get money out. But here's the thing is that's assuming that the powers that be that you're talking about are in control, Ghetto. Because a foreign actor could absolutely shut it down, right? Some ham radio repeaters are linked over the internet, but will likely work in standalone mode if the internet goes down. Okay. All a repeater needs is power. The only thing the internet is used for is linking repeaters to each other. Okay. What is the name of the Obama movie? Is it on Netflix? Yeah, it is on Netflix, and it was Leave the World Behind, and it's only on Netflix. And I really want to watch it, but there's a lot of ham radio that doesn't use repeaters. Yes, I know. Yeah, most of the repeaters are set up right. Yeah, Skynet. Oh, there you go. 72 hours to animal. And that is the truth. I was teaching today, and I thought all my students were liberal, and I found out differently. We had a good discussion about having food and water on hand. 2 had even watched the Obama movie. Really? If anybody in here finds a link to that movie that I can watch that I don't have to have Netflix, I would be super interested because I'd love to watch it. Since you bought up old truck, California might be preparing to restrict classic car usage. Insane, to say the least. Yeah. I was thinking about getting a CB base station. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having that. We have some portable stuff, but I wouldn't mind having that. Yeah, Glenn says you have 72 hours to get what you need before all hell breaks loose. You know, that's actually an interesting, Glenn, thing me and B have been talking about a lot over the last month, really, or 2 months or 3 months, is just talking about if that did happen, what would be the next 5 things you would do? Do you guys have all of that lined out?
Yeah.
Like, what would you go do? What are the next 5 things that you would do? You know, luckily we live in a world, or our world, that, you know, that B and I get to exist in. I really wouldn't have to go anywhere, right? We'd be pretty okay. But what would be the things that you would do? And if you guys don't know those answers, I would absolutely, you know, think about it. There was a book I read that they disabled internet and tech for a while. Then they brought it back on for the people who would report unsanctioned activity. Yeah. Dorothy said that movie is chilling. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think the fear, let's see here. Ghetto says, I think the fear of losing it will make us more allowing to them for stricter laws on it, in turn giving them more power. I would believe that. Yeah, there you go. There's the movie right there. Psalms 144. Thank you. Leave the world behind. Let me see here. Pocket says 86 Chevy 3/4 ton fresh 350 now. If I can keep enough gas and oil. You know, we have big gas tanks out here, so we most always have about 500 gallons on hand. But that obviously won't last forever, right?
Right.
Yeah. We can't go into California anymore. Our truck and trailer is illegal there because it's too old. Wow. Oh, I watched that movie months ago. Yes, very interesting movie, and it does make you think. Yeah, I would love to see it, but Number 1, load all my guns. Go raid Wally World. Yeah, and WA, what would you go to Wally World for? Right, like what would be on your list? Because I could see both sides of the argument. You get most people, at least who are going to be on this channel now, are going to have a lot of long-term food storage. So would you go after the short-term stuff, cheese, milk, bread, or would you try to stock up more on the rice and the beans that you had to put away in a bucket or whatever it was? Psalms 144 says, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers in her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities." Revelations 18:4 and 5. Did anyone notice the video is blurred a bit? Hey, big kid, welcome. It is Friday. You're right on time. Let me see here. I believe it also means technology and Satan's sorcery. Yeah, man. The first month I would hunt and fish every day. Better to have meat in your coffers. Yeah, but even the other thing I would say, covers, is this coffers?
Coffers?
Yeah, get medical supplies. Well, I think it's about storing your food on the hoof and in a pond, for example. You talk about fishing, storing your energy in a tree, for example. So I think as much of that kind of stuff we could do, would be good. Let's see here. Glenn says, read 1 second after. If you haven't already, it'll make you think. Yeah, actually, that book really kind of messed B up a lot. It's a little girl in there and the diabetes. That had a big impact.
Is that the one that one is?
Yeah, Patriot Bear.
Yeah.
Right. Let me see here. Twinkies. Mo's getting Twinkies. They'll last forever, right? More gas, only have a month's worth. Have 2 IBC totes for H2O and getting at least 3 more. Yeah, good for you. Yeah. Hey, look at that. Spags in the house. What's up, bud?
Hey.
Mo, that is not food.
Twinkies.
Yep. Best be sure you can sustain your chickens and livestock, because if you can't feed them, they can't feed you.
Right. Great
point. Yeah, great point. So how do you produce all your own food, or how do you store up a bunch of it till you can get to where you can place your own food, right? Yeah. Yeah. Rice, beans, jerky, camping area, freeze-dried food, guns, ammo. You see, beans and rice go a long way with just smaller amounts of meat. Eat your bugs and be thankful.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know,
and
right?
Your cancer meat.
I know, right? All right. Ready for a new topic?
Just shut up and eat it.
I guess to say this isn't the work topic. This is the same topic. So I found this too. This was on the same kind of point.
Is that Marco Rubio?
Yeah, Marco Rubio warns China could launch cyber attack 100 times worse than the AT&T outage. And I think it's so fascinating how they're saying it wasn't a cyber attack. But then you got people like Marco Rubio coming on, Republican Senator Marco Rubio was warned that a Chinese cyber attack would be 100 times worse than that AT&T outage that left many in the U.S. unable to make cell phone calls this week. Senator Rubio raised his concerns about China, including that the country may try to invade its neighbor Taiwan. He said, "I don't know the cause of the AT&T outage, but I do know it will be 100 times worse when China launches a cyber attack on America on the eve of a Taiwan invasion. And it won't just be cell phone service they hit. It'll be your power, your water, your bank."
And your bank.
Yes. And your bank. Yep. I'd like to build an Asian-style greenhouse using large water containers on the north wall to act as a thermal battery. I think the more you can do with stuff like that, the better off you're going to be. That's why I got rabbits, easier food source to grow them quicker meat turnaround than chickens. I would look into
quinoa.
It's really nutritious. Yeah, I used to call it quinoa. I kept trying to call it that, and B would laugh at me. I just read it as I see it, Anyway. Come, my people, enter into thy chamber and shut thy door about thee. Hide thyself as if for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. Tag, the first test of a thermoelectric generator blew away my expectations, waiting on a few parts to be delivered. Well, keep me posted on it. I'm super interested. It could be worse if they wanted it to. Seems like he left that out. Yeah, I think he did. Mo and I got into a really great conversation earlier this week about the chances of Trump being reelected.
And
Well, he's got huge leads and everything. He's super popular. I mean, look at what's going on in South Carolina. I mean, people are lining the streets to see him, and they're not doing it for anybody else. But yet, I don't think it'd be pretty hard to argue with the fact that they cheated last time. They'll cheat again, right?
Yeah.
Unless they're looking for a fall guy to take the fall for the falling economy and everything that's coming. So I think the only way he gets elected is that they want him to. We had a super great conversation about that. Let's see here. Hakestraw54 said all of our transformers come from China. Suppose they have a chip to shut them off.
I've been told that.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. But yes, I think that anything that comes from China, how did the government say it? Anything that comes from China is not safe for consumption.
Yeah.
Quote. And they weren't talking about food.
Gotcha.
Right?
Those were the words.
I will leave it at that. Yep. I think that's perfectly said. All right. Let's see here. Next topic. I thought this was interesting. This was Laura Trump, and she was talking, at one of the rallies, and she said, "We're going to fight fire with dynamite." And I don't know why I found that so interesting, but at the end of the day, I mean, I keep waiting for the shoe to drop, right? I mean, what does Trump and them have that they can bring out to cause a whole bunch of problems, right? Whether it be through Hunter Biden or, Joseph Biden or any of them.
I don't know. Isn't he on the defense?
He's on the defense,
like big time.
But baby, if you were running for president, you wouldn't want to dump it yet. You'd want to wait till prior to the election, right? And so the only reason I didn't put this in here is because I thought that words, we're going to fight fire with dynamite. So, they say fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
So what are they doing to him? Well, they're making accusations and, holding him up in court and trying to get him throw out off ballots and all of these kind of things. So how would you then fight fire with dynamite? I mean, it would be that to a whole nother level, right?
Yeah.
Which to me, that says there's something there. I'm probably totally reading into this.
Who is Laura Trump?
Trump's daughter.
I thought his daughter was not Laura.
Mm-hmm.
He has another daughter?
Yeah, he's got all kinds of kids, I think. I don't know how many, but I think her statement is super powerful. We're going to fight fire with dynamite. I don't know why. I think that daughter-in-law. Sorry, you're right. Daughter-in-law. Eric's wife. Yeah, Eric Trump's wife. Yeah, man. I just think those words are so powerful.
I'm thinking his other son.
Yeah.
He has the girl from Fox, black hair.
She's dating.
No, married.
Are they married?
To
one of the other ones?
Yeah. That's a daughter-in-law also.
Okay. Anyway, I just found this slide interesting. I don't know why I find those words. We're going to fight fire with dynamite, but
you're right though. That sounds like they have something that they're willing to, or that they're holding on to.
That's what that sounds like to me.
To Trump.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. Trump. Cha-ching. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's fascinating. And we all ought to, all over America, start guerrilla gardening and across the U.S. that's inconspicuous, and we can help people in the know, and the brainwashed won't recognize the food. Yeah. Dorothy says he has 3 sons and 2 daughters. Yeah. Married to Don Jr.
Don Jr.
Yeah. That's interesting. She was married to Gavin Newsom. I didn't know that. That's actually super fascinating too.
This one was? Laura was?
So you're talking about extremes, right? That's super interesting. I did not know that. All right, what else we got here? Okay, so this was interesting. You guys, I've been talking to you guys a lot lately about how I think that the Democrats are going to turn on Biden. So here's some really interesting articles. And again, these are all, I pulled every one of these in this entire show tonight. Everything I pulled is what I pulled today that was fresh. So what I find is fascinating is, like this headline says, a magician says Democratic operatives paid him to make a fake Biden, New Hampshire robocall that is under investigation. And then former Obama fundraiser tells Dems to turn page on Biden and says the law was weaponized against Trump. And so I think we're starting to see it again. I won't listen and read all of these, but I think we're really starting to see the Dems start to turn more and more on Biden. And I think you're going to see more and more of it, even if it means Harris is president for a short term. I don't think they want Biden running long term. They're going to bring someone else in to run in his place, Michelle Obama or, somebody to run. There's been a lot of that. Yep.
I've heard something about that and went, there's no way. How could that even be possible?
Oh, she said the dark-haired lady that used to be on Fox, she was married to Newsom.
Oh.
Guilfoyle. Kimberly Guilfoyle. I think that's her name, right?
I don't have.
Oh, yeah, right there. Foyle. Kimberly Guilfoyle. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Yeah, super, super fascinating stuff to me. Let me see here. David the Good has videos on grocery row gardening for hiding your crops. Dems are running scared. Well, they're going to lose this if it's fair, but I don't think it's fair. So this is what I wanted to talk about earlier when we were talking about crazy laws and stuff. So I don't know if you guys follow, if any of you do, Thomas Massey. So he introduced a bill back in 2021, which is why I highlighted 2021. So it says Representative Thomas Massey announced that he's introduced H.R. 899, a bill to abolish the Federal Department of Education. The bill, which is a one-sentence long, states the Department of Education shall terminate on December 31st, 2022. He goes on to say that unelected bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. should not be in charge of our children's intellectual and moral development. States and local communities are best positioned to shape the curricula that meet the needs of their students. Schools should be accountable. Parents have the right to choose the most appropriate education opportunity for their children, including homeschool, public school, or private school. And then they reintroduced it now. So now it's H.R. 899, 2024. And so they're reintroducing, referred to, let me see right here, to terminate the Department of Education. So anyway, I think it's fascinating that he brought it up again. Again, I don't know how many of you guys follow any of this or even know who Thomas Massey is, but he is a pretty freedom-loving guy from what I know of him. Yeah, and I do agree. They're going to send in Newsom, maybe. I don't know. There's part of me thinks that they're going to, that there's, how everything's gone woke, that they'll try to find another woman of color of some kind, right? Or somebody transgender or somebody, right? Something out there a little bit. But I guess we'll see. Yeah. They've been trying to outlaw homeschooling for years. Well, yeah, it's way less control, right? I did a video, I think it was last week, with David Rodriguez about the school system. Yeah. And, he talked a lot about those kind of things. Yeah. Oh my goodness, hour and 32 minutes. Virginia House passes extreme gun ban bill. So the Virginia House passes extreme bill in a move that has ignited fervent discussions across political and social spectrums. The Virginia House of Delegates has passed a groundbreaking gun ban targeting a wider range of semi-automatic firearms, hard-capacity magazines. This legislation marks a significant pivot in Virginia's approach to gun control, potentially setting a precedence for future laws across the nation. Yeah, let me see here. They'll go to the bench for Big Mikey in the fourth Obama term. Yeah, quite possibly. Right, I'm looking at hiding my garden this year, at least making it less obvious, but it's hard to hide the mammoth sunflowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Mike here. Mike says I'm going to send Taylor Swift. Yeah. Yeah. Psalms 144 says, imagine if people all across America started planting trees, shrubs, and vegetables everywhere across America, saying we are going green, literally. I love this idea. I absolutely love this idea. Save your seeds and just walk down the street and throw them out in the lawns and throw them everywhere, even though they'll probably just mow them down. Yep.
Gotta get them lawns.
Yep. Big Kid says they can kiss this Virginian's ass. Yep. If the Dems win the presidency, there will be a civil war. Well, there's an argument that there will be one either way. I mean, we're more divided now we've ever been.
Yeah.
The right versus the left, or whatever it is,
Yeah, it seems though that more and more people are waking up to that. More and more people are going, we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah. Most of I wonder how many people police will turn in their firearms. Yeah, I would be willing to bet you that almost nobody will, regardless of what they're doing. But I think clear lines are being drawn. And like a lot of these articles you see me posting up really have a lot to do with that, right? That there's more and more and more divide.
Turning in guns in Texas?
A few.
They have the buyback and they had
a few.
So there was
A
not
few,
a big
but
turnout?
no, but there was a lot of manipulation, like too, like they would turn in a broken gun and they would turn in pieces and parts.
Plastic.
Yeah. You know,
Printed guns. Plastic
I love
printed.
women. Y'all are the greatest gifts God gave us, but I don't know why anyone would want to be a woman on purpose. All the extra things they have to deal with. No, thank you. What do you think about that?
I think that we are different creatures.
I would say there's different things you guys have to deal with, but also blessings you guys have we don't have.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Like how to find directions.
Or how to air up a tire. I think it'll be patriots against communists.
Ditto.
I know a lot of people in Virginia. I know they aren't going to turn them in. Yeah, I love me some Thomas Massey, freedom lover right there, 100% off-grid homesteader and running for politics to make a difference. Starve the beast. Scott. Yeah, Scott's a buddy of mine, and yeah, I love this Scott, and I like some Thomas Massey too, and I like that he lives off-grid. I like those kinds of things. I would love to see stuff like that pass, but unfortunately, Scott, you and me both know it ain't probably never going to happen. Farmers, ranchers, and homesteaders were green before green was a thing. Yes, they were. All right, what do we got next here? Sorry, guys, my email's just going all over the place. Oh, this was a super fascinating article. So I found this. It says North Korean missile used by Russia in the Ukraine war traced to U.S. companies.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So the remains of a North Korean missile used by Russia in the Ukraine have been traced back to U.S. companies, potentially exposing an illicit procurement networks. The Conflict Armament Research Organization based in the UK analyzed the remnants of a North Korean ballistic missile used by Russia against Ukraine forces in Kharkiv on January 2nd. The organization found that a significant number of electronic components, including those for the missile navigation systems, were recently manufactured and bore the marks of a US-based companies, Reuters reports. The report released this week revealed that 75% of the components were leaked to US-based companies, 16% to European countries, and 11% to Asian countries. The date codes on the components indicated that over 3/4 were produced between 2021 and 2023, which is also interesting, right? Suggesting that the missile could not have been assembled before March of last year when all of this happened. So what do you think about that?
I didn't know that we made. I mean,
you know we made weapons?
No, components. So it says that 75% of the components were linked to US-based companies. I didn't know that we manufactured so many products here.
Oh, we manufacture a lot of products here. Yep. Yeah. Turning in our Second Amendment is the greatest way to sell more guns. Look at Second Amendment sales in Obama administration, all because of the fear of losing them. Yep. Virginia's conservative, except Northern Virginia, next to D.C. and Richmond. Wait, electronics made in the U.S.? Yeah, can you believe that? That actually happens? You know,
75% of the components were linked to U.S.-based companies.
You know what it tells me? Is something that we've all known all along, which is that there's a lot of shenanigans that goes on out there.
There is a lot of shenanigans.
You know, and I believe that we are picking a fight with the Ukraine. I've said this over and over and over again, and we're purposely picking a fight with the Ukraine, with Russia through the Ukraine in order to combat the BRICS nations. This is why Brazil and Venezuela are kind of going at it. This is why, you know, India came out and said they needed our protection against China. And you've got all of these things going on all over the world. And I think America's afraid it's going to lose its petrodollar status and the reserve currency status. There's a much bigger war that's going on. But I am actually getting to a point now where I think we're purposely picking World War III. That's the fight we want. And if we want it, we'll get it. Right?
Ouch.
In the end. So, I mean, I guess we shall see, right? All right. Anyway, I found this article super fascinating. How about Republicans warn of vaccines being slipped into vegetables? The polio vaccine is there. A Tennessee Republican voiced concerns that vaccines could be slipped surreptitiously, anyway, into vegetables. State Rep Scott Pickey claimed University of California, Riverside had already perfected the ability to put vaccines into vegetables, such as lettuce and tomatoes, just as he said R.J. Reynolds has now done with tobacco products. and he told dubious chairman of the House Health Committee that the public had a right to know whether their food was also medicine. What I'm saying here is that there is no law deeming those that when you go into a grocery store, you should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce, and the head of lettuce right next to it could contain a vaccine. What do you think about that?
I think that they've been poisoning us for a while now.
Yeah.
And so this is, I mean, I've heard a lot about the whole, what is it? The Gates. Is it a wash or something that they're putting over the product that?
What was it called?
Peel.
Peel. Yep.
Or upeel.
Upeel.
That's a product that they're putting onto vegetables, fruit and vegetables to make it.
Yeah. Hey, Indiana Mike says, back to the last topic, he's talked about linked to U.S. based companies, not made in the U.S. Yeah, I don't think they're making them in the U.S. to give them to North Korea, to give them to Russia. But we clearly have no control on the parts that we're making, right? These are super technical navigation parts for missiles and shit. I mean, it's clearly being sold underground. I do think it's important it says linked to U.S. companies, but there still should be more control on that. But anyway, I think to your point, B, and to the point of right here, Hakestraw 54, this is why we should be growing our own food, right? Because we don't know what's in it. We don't know what they're putting on it, whether it's the appeal, whether it's vaccines or whatever it is.
mRNA. Right? Yeah. I think that with vaccine vegetables and cancer meat, it's amazing to me how many people know these things and still consume them because it's convenient.
Because it's easy. Yeah. Because it's super easy.
And it doesn't taste you can't taste it. It's fine. I eat it. Doesn't hurt me.
Yeah. This one was funny too. USA Today 8 hours ago said zombie deer disease cases are rising in the U.S. Can the disease spread to humans?
Is that the wasting disease?
It's called prion disease. We should keep any prion disease out of the food. So basically, experts aren't sure if it can be spread. Basically, scientists, it's being compared to mad cow disease, basically. But I just found this as an interesting article. Yeah, good night, RN. Yeah. See here, Kelly says they've been spraying vegetables for a long time, especially potatoes and sweet potatoes. Yep, can't wait for our potatoes to go in the ground. Yes, need to be made aware because some people have allergies to some vaccine components. If they eat the veggie, they could have an allergic reaction.
Oh, didn't even think about that.
Yep, the final poison to meet Gates' population goals. Didn't the Nazis call it the final solution? Yeah. Well, they did.
Gosh.
Yep. Oh, big B, big star. Hunger's their greatest weapon. Yep. My whole family, I'm the only organic eater because organic is too expensive. I tell them pay the farmer and grower now or pay the medical system later. Yep. And what they call vaccines are not even vaccines. Yep. Good night, one step.
Right. Yeah, because they've changed the definition of a vaccine now.
That's right. They've changed the definition of a vaccine.
Actually, they've changed it several times.
Yeah,
right?
3 or 4 or 5 times. I think we did that with the last live or the live before that, right?
That's where I got my information, right?
Yeah. This was fascinating because you guys know I want to make sure that I bash on the Republicans and Trump as equally as I bash on Biden. But this was an interesting article. Trump's remarks on nuclear weapons at Fox News town hall sparked security concerns. During a Fox News town hall, former President Donald Trump made a statement about nuclear weapons that has caught the attention of the national security attorneys and raised concern about the disclosure of classified information. In a conversation with Laura Ingraham about the safety of his fans, Trump suggested that a nuclear weapon could wipe out multiple states in one blow. He goes on to say, I worry about their safety too. These people, everybody in this room is in great danger right now. We have a nuclear weapon that if you hit New York, South Carolina is going to be gone too. So to me, that's pretty bad. I mean, that is, if what he's saying is America has a big enough nuclear weapon that it can blow up from New York to South Carolina, that would be the largest nuclear weapon ever built. Mm-hmm. Right? That's a big one.
I'm not up on my nuclear weapons.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I would expect big presence, if that.
Yeah, Gregory says in Lincoln, Nebraska, there are many community gardens for those that are in need and willing to work for them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Disease spreads in animals when population numbers become too dense. Hunting is nearly a civil duty. The arms dealers are playing both sides. That's my point. Right? Speaking of changing definitions, since when does the government get to decide those things? Right. You wouldn't think you'd be able to, right? Newspeak. Right?
Yeah.
It's newspeak.
Yeah.
Right? Freedom is slavery. Right? And slavery is freedom. Yeah, Big Kid says that's not that huge. You know, that's how he likes to say it.
Yes.
I'm getting towards the end of my slides, guys. I don't normally make them through them all. This is pretty interesting, I thought, too, is that so Mike Pence tells good Republican voters do not support Donald Trump. Mitt Romney blasts Trump supporters of being completely out of touch. And Trump just sabotaged the entire GOP, which, do you know what the GOP stands for?
Good old party.
Grand. You're right. And the critics say, keep it up. Our country was at war with the enemy and they wanted to extinguish our way of life, Trump said, adding, this time the greatest threat is not from outside of our country. I really believe this. It's the people from within our country that are more dangerous. Part of the GOP's candidate's message of late has focused on criticizing the United States and its institutions. This week, for example, Trump accused the U.S. of being filled with crooked politicians and home to a corrupt judicial system. He went on to conclude that the United States is a nation in decline.
Nation in decline.
Yeah. And I think this is super, super interesting that, you know, the GOP, all of the establishment politicians really attack Trump, which is, if I knew nothing else, I'd vote for Trump. But I think it's interesting. I also think that because everyone's been attacking Biden about how he's losing it. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So guess what's happening now? Trump's controversial actions raise questions about his mental fitness.
Oh, Trump's not.
Trump delivers low energy, incoherent speech to Nashville. Trump praises Capitol rioters as having tremendous spirit in his incoherent speech. So it's funny to me that now they're attacking him about the things that everyone's saying about Biden.
Did you hear his
incoherent
speech? Because if he uttered words like the meat puppet does, that guy doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. If we go back to Napoleon and the British, they were funded by the same side. Yeah. And, you know, I think they just try to keep us in fear and, you know, all of those kind of things.
That's the Jones plantation.
Yeah,
you just
the
pick
Jones
which one you want.
Right. Pick between your slave lords. And they just play the game, but the game is getting out of control. And I think they're losing control.
I think it's because the people are seeing it too. The woke.
Yeah.
They're waking up to what they've been told.
Yeah.
Woke isn't what woke used to be.
Yeah. I was going to do the balloon one next, but we already covered the balloon.
Oh.
Yeah. Amy B., you're awesome. Who is John Galt? And, you know, it's funny that you said this because this perfectly leads into how we're going to end the live tonight, right? I had a quote that we pulled, was actually sent in a community text amongst our community. And it was just super, super fitting to tonight. So I thought I would share it with you guys, and then we'll get out of here pretty quick after that. But, and I know you guys know who this is, right? Erin Rand. But
I didn't know her real name.
Yeah. So on February 2nd, American philosopher and writer, Russian-born Alisa Zinoviev, better known in the literary world as Erin Rand, was born in St. Petersburg, died in March 1982 in New York. And anyway, on February 2nd, 1905, these were her words. When you notice that to produce, you need to get permission from those who do not produce anything. When you check that money flows to those who do not deal with goods but with favors, when you realize that many become rich by the bribery and for influence more than by your work, and that the laws do not protect you against them, but on the contrary, they are the ones who are protected against you. When you discover that corruption is the reward and honesty becomes a self-sacrifice, then you can assert without fear of being wrong that your society is doomed. Erin Rand. You like that quote?
Yeah. Doomed.
Doomed?
Doomed. That's what she said.
Doomed. So what do you take from that?
I think doomed is a big word. Like, now what?
I said, B, what do you think about that? She said, doomed is a big word.
Doomed. I mean, then now what?
Now what? Right. And I think that's how we should end this, is now what?
Now what?
And you guys, it's a huge shit sandwich, and we all got to take our bites. But here's the thing is that, we can determine the size of bite we get to take by our actions prior. And we do. Right. And, we can, be down and depressed. Right.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah. Or we can celebrate where we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Don't be depressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think really it should be the opposite. We should be excited and we should be motivated that we're awake and that we see
what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. And we get a chance to address all of it that we can address, and if that means planting one tomato plant on your back deck,
be proud
of it. And if you're not in a place where you can do it, get with someone who can, build community,
work together.
Right. As I'm going to tell you, if there was an apartment dweller in a city not far from me who just didn't have the resources to do it, but wanted to get out and garden and homestead and build and all of those kind of things, I would welcome them on my farm. I would welcome all the help I could. And not only that, I'd give them the produce too. I'd give them their fair share for their labor, right, of the things that we produced. And so if you're in that spot where you can't do, go get where you can do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yoke up.
Kind of on that point, I wanted to, I'm sorry, did you want to add to that?
No, I think, right. Doomed is, and it's amazing to me that she was born in, what did it say, 1905?
Mm-hmm.
And for her to come up with what she had, with what her quote was.
Mm-hmm. She was so ahead of her time.
Things had to have been going on then for her to come up with that. And so this is not something new to our, it's new to us because we've been sitting here blindly with our hands held out going, yes, give me electricity, give me cell phones. And so now we go, whoa, wait a minute. With that, you're tracking everything I say and do and go and buy. And at some point in time, we have to take that upon ourselves and go, okay, no more.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it. I'm still carrying it around. But at some point in time, we're going to have to say no more cancer meat, no more vaccine tomatoes, no more appeal.
Well, the problem is you have to either depend on yourself or them.
Yeah, or somebody else. I mean,
well, you got to depend on somebody.
I can't. Right.
Right. And
if we had a cheese maker, I could get cheese from them, and I could get bread from somebody else, and I can grow tomatoes.
Right.
But cheese, I just can't get down.
Well, I think we get to choose. And there's going to be a lot of people out there, you guys are going to be left flat-footed. There's going to be a lot of people that are at the beginning of their journey instead of the middle of their journey or the end of that freedom journey. And, they will not have seen it. And, they will be left flat-footed and be thankful you're not there. And hopefully we're in a position where we can help some of them. Right. Hopefully we're in a position to where we can make a difference.
We're going to have to help them.
We are. I mean, this is why we go to such lengths to build community buildings. And we go to such lengths to have all these meals and hang out and work at each other's farm. It has nothing to do with building a barn.
Right.
It has to do with building a place where you can rely on somebody.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Mo said it really, really well. He said, who knew Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was a documentary?
No kidding.
Right? I mean, really well said.
Wow.
Really, really well said. But guys, this is why we do what we do. And this is why we have to keep doing it. And you guys, I'm telling you, everybody out there can do it. Go yoke up, go find a community, go find people who are like-minded, find someone you can help garden or someone you can learn the skills from if you don't already know them. And if you do know them, go reach out and teach somebody. Right? Because that's the only way we withstand any of this.
We have to learn.
Right?
And teach and be willing to teach and don't be a poop head. That's another one too.
Mm-hmm. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to make it, child friendly, but yeah, because it's real easy to go, what, you don't know what a T-post is? Are you kidding me? But we found a guy who didn't know what a T-post was and went up there and was like, oh, boss, can't find no T-post. Like, what are you looking for? Like, Well, I'm embarrassed to say I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we're all in that place. And, there's electrical components inside of an electrical manufacturing plant. You would have no idea what it was.
No idea.
Or whatever it is.
Who would have known you could take a tie down strap and strap it around a tire to fix a tire, to blow it back up?
I knew that.
I didn't know that until the neighbor showed me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to go and show somebody else. And they went, holy crap.
Karen says, there's a t-shirt, don't be a poop head, with a pile of poop with googly eyes.
Don't be a poop head. Like it's so easy to go, gosh, you're dumb. Can't you just do that? Yep. No, not everybody can do that.
Yep. I think we get to live through some very exciting times. And I think we get to watch a lot of history be rewritten. And I think we get to participate in that in a lot of ways, but we have to put ourselves in a position to withstand. Because if you're dependent on everything from them, guys, whether it's the balloon that's flying over, the solar flares that are going on, whatever it is, the way our system works makes all of us so dependent upon everything. If you're asking for permission on 1,000 fronts, you ain't going to help nobody because you're not going to be in a position to help nobody. You're not going to be able to help yourself. You're not going to be able to help yourself. You're going to be a refugee.
Yeah.
You're going to be a burden on somebody. Right?
Ouch.
Well, it's what it is.
It's true, but ouch.
Right? So, let's go out there and let's give of ourselves. Let's do our part plus a little bit. Let's yoke up. Let's build community. Let's push our systems every single day. Let's grow more food than we grew the year before. Right? Let's figure out how to become freer at each individual spot. And here's the other thing. Let's quit playing into the divide. Let's everybody help celebrate their wins. To somebody getting that first tomato plant to grow and to harvest that first tomato is a gigantic success, as it is and as it should be, and we need to be able to celebrate with them on that. And the other side, help the guy or the gal that's been at it for 10 years. They just got a biogas generator and figured out how that worked. Yeah. Right. And so let's not continue to create divide. Let's build unity. Let's build community. Let's yoke up. Right. You agree? I
love that.
Right.
Yes.
Yep. And maybe if you play nice, your husband will buy you a tractor. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Hey, thank you everybody for coming in here tonight. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with the ads, but we'll work on it. But till we do it again, Friday we'll be back at our normal live. I think I've got a video coming out here this next week. I've got it all filmed. I just got to get through and edit it. But until then, I'm gonna get up in the morning and go back to digging dirt. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be productive in any way?
I have no. I don't even know.
As we started, we end. Good night, everybody.